Okay, this is Ken Scott once again conducting one of the Fortis Publishing author interviews, this time in association with Gutenberg Press. And in Somerset in the UK, and it looks very, very, very sunny at the back of this chap here, is the author Andy Morrisey, who has just released the book All at Sea, Living the Fake Dream. Tell us what it's about, Andy.
Yeah, basically it's about me. It's an autobiography about my life. I started off working in the army when I left school, and then I go more into detail about getting a job offshore and meeting people all over the world. I was earning loads of money. I mean, talking £10,000 a month. I'd be splashing it, but I'd be going on holiday, luxury holidays, Thailand. I've been to Thailand about 10 times. I'd go to the Philippines, I'd be in China, I'd be anywhere. I'd be spending my money, but I'd be posting it all over social media. And that's why I've called it Living the Fake Dream, because in the end, basically I was going back to work skint. But I was living this lifestyle. I lived in a £1 million villa as well in Villa Martin. Well, I lived there, but I was making out it was all mine. But at the end of the day, it wasn't really.
Okay, so that's later on the book. So tell us about the beginning of the book. That starts off with your army life, yeah?
Yeah, my army life. I was in the Royal Engineers, and then I got myself into a bit of trouble in my basic training.
What sort of trouble? What sort of trouble? Give me a little tempter.
Yeah, basically.
But don't give too much away.
Oh, right. Basically, in training, when you're training to be a soldier, so everything's got to be clean and tidy and to the best of ability. In the room, quite dirty. So we were told that we had to get him cleaned up and getting to the same level as everybody else. So we ended up giving him a regimental bath, and then his dad was the ex-RMP, MP, military police. So his dad said if we didn't charge these boys, he was going to go to the papers. So we ended up getting jail. So
now a regimental bath, if I remember, is it something to do with boot polish?
Yeah, you're meant to put them in a bath, pull a dirty bath basically, and rub them with boot polish and stuff like that.
That's right. I remember it well.
Yeah. So if you was a stinky lad and he was causing problems, that's what you had to do, and we ended up doing it. Obviously, we ended up getting jail for it. But
is it right to say I've read most of your book, Andy, and it is getting very well received at the moment. It's selling well, and the reviews are coming up. And I think it's only been out a couple of weeks. Is it fair to say, and I think this, is it fair to say that you've bared your emotions in this book, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster life that you've had?
Yeah, I mean. Every time I was coming home, people were telling me, "Oh, you could write a book. You could write a book." But then, when things really went really bad, when I lost everything, lost all my houses, and then I was actually in Spain just after COVID, and then I went back to the UK, and I was like, my girlfriend Sarah at the time just finished with me, and she told me I wasn't the person she thought I was because of my social postings and everything that I was posting like I was a millionaire. But so then when I got home, I thought, you know what? I'll be more than that person ever was. So then I thought, I'll write a book. And then I just sat down one day and I just sat down, started writing, did a little bit at a time. And then it just carried on from there.
And a smashing book you've put together as well. And so that was the reason. Now, I've helped a lot of people with books. I've written a lot of books. I think it, to be perfectly honest, is one of the greatest therapies in the world. I've worked with a lot of people who went through childhood abuse, and when they get to the end of their book and they pen the final word and they start the publishing process, it's almost as if a weight's been lifted off their shoulder, and they can then get on with the rest of their life. Would that be one of the purposes that you sat down and started to write?
Yeah, definitely. When I was writing, obviously, even sometimes I was writing things, I was getting upset myself, you know. But I definitely felt much better and a relief. I feel more relieved now that people actually know the truth. Yeah, so basically, when I sat down, I was getting a relief. I was feeling better of actually getting it all written down on paper, and
Mhm.
and then I started. It was making me upset writing the book, but I felt a
Mhm.
relief at the same time.
Uh-huh.
But it was taking me a long time because I'm dyslexic, so
Mhm.
I was finding it hard to the spelling mistakes, and then I didn't know which bit to do next, and then in the end, I just thought, you know what, I'll just write it from the beginning, as in
Mhm.
like my autobiography, you know, like
Yeah.
from the
Uh-huh.
beginning, because I've had that many problems go wrong with me over the years. I
Mhm.
thought, even when I start talking about my work, I haven't done it bit by bit. I've done it from the years as it went along. So it's basically an autobiography, and then there's a lot of things went wrong with me, you know, a lot of
Mhm.
things, and got made redundant, and I just believed it was a good story.
Mhm. Now, when you got to the end of the book, I think you've used the key word relief, a huge relief. I dare say, well, I certainly think this, a little bit slap your own back type of thing. You know, I've written a book. Now, at that stage, did you want it to be published because you've really been honest and bared your soul in this book? What made you want to share that with the world, which is what's happening now?
And when I started writing a book 2 years ago, I actually got, when I moved back from Spain after when COVID happened, I actually got with a girl, my girlfriend Claire, that we just split up actually over the book. And when I was writing it, I thought, this isn't going to go down well. She's once she starts reading about all the prostitutes and all the other things, because she's a well-to-do girl. She's comes from a lovely family and that, you know. And I thought, once she finds out about this book, it's going to be ended. But as I
Mhm.
was writing the book, I sort of knew what was going to happen. And so just a few weeks ago, before the end, I thought, do I tell her or do I not publish it? And in the end, I thought, you know what? My book's bigger than this. My book's bigger than this relationship.
Mhm.
So I thought, you know what? I'll send her a book before I publish it. And when I sent it her, exactly what I knew she was going to do, she done. So
Mhm.
she ended our relationship. It wasn't just about the book. We wasn't getting on for a few weeks. And I thought, when we weren't getting on, I thought, right, you know what? This is the right time to send her the book, because if we sort things out, we were going to
Mhm.
Santorini together a few weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and we fell out. And I thought, you know what? If she doesn't like the book, I'd rather her finish with me before we go to Santorini. I'll take my little lad. And
Mhm.
she did so. So I took my little lad, and my little lad had a time of his life and something I'll never forget.
Okay.
So
So
I knew
it
what
was
was going to happen.
all. It was almost the book was a make or break the relationship, and obviously, if it's broke the relationship, as you say, I think you're a fairly philosophical kind of guy. Perhaps it wasn't meant to be, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shame. She's a beautiful girl, and, and we both loved each other. But I, I knew as I was writing the book that I shouldn't have really carried the relationship on with her, because I knew it would. If I the things I was writing, and especially about traveling the world and sleeping with all the hookers and doing what we all did, I knew as soon as she seen that it was game over, and
Mm,
it was. So,
mm,
but
okay.
I also knew as well that the book's a bigger story than any
Mm,
relationship. I'm getting it
mm.
out there no matter what.
Great. And
So
you know, as I said previously, it's a remarkably honest book. As I say, I haven't read all of it yet, but I'm well through it. And I have to say, there's jaw-dropping moments in that book to the tune of, what the hell's he put that in the book for? You know, I mean, we've all got secrets, we've all got things that we've regretted and been ashamed of in our past, mostly younger years. You've put them all in the book.
I know, yeah. I
Yeah.
only put half of the things in the book. I actually, honestly, I've got worse of things than that, but I knew I couldn't put in.
Yeah.
But even when I put in about my eyes, when I come back from, I don't know if you've seen that bit, when I come back from Thailand, and I had conjunctivitis in the eyes, and they couldn't work out what it was. And they said, "Oh, where have you been?" I said, "I've been to Thailand and Singapore, sleeping with hookers." And straight away, the doctor says, "I know what this is," and he said it was called tie eye. And I said, "Well, how have I got it in my eyes?" What I didn't realize is I wear contact lenses. So when I was
Mm-hmm.
taking the condoms off at the end, I had it all in my fingers and put it in my eyes. So I ended up getting
Ah,
chlamydia in the eyes.
oh. Thai eyes. I've never heard that one before. There you are. This man's an honest guy. He's even admitted he's got chlamydia in the eyes. Look at that. The book, as I say, is going down very, very well, Andy, and selling fantastically well. I think it's only been out a couple of weeks, and I've got news for you, combined with Fortis and Gutenberg, Gutenberg being the sister company of Fortis Publishing. You're currently, but only currently, mind, so don't get too big-headed, you're currently the best-selling author in September.
Yeah.
So there you go. There you go. So well done. $1 million question, is there a book 2?
Do you know what? I've got book 2, halfway through book 2 already.
Right.
And I'm also in the making book 3. I've got massive plans of what I'm going to do.
So you're enjoying the experience of being an author, yeah?
Want to tell you the names?
Go for it.
Well, in part of the book, I start writing about cryptocurrency, and so basically, I've got a book about who stole my crypto. It's going to be called "Who Stole My Crypto."
Right.
I've been doing cryptocurrency for 4 or 5 years. I've made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money. I've made a lot of mistakes. And I know a lot of good things to put in the book. It's not going to be as big as the last one, but it's definitely going to be a book I can publish, definitely.
Okay, and book 3?
In book 3, I'm in the making of doing it. I've got basically, when I was in Spain, I was like 16 stone, and since then I've trained non-stop. I did a triathlon a year ago. I did a mini triathlon, and then I went and did a standard triathlon, and then I did the hardest half Ironman triathlon. So now I'm going to do the Ironman. So it's called Transformation Road to the Ironman. I'm going to be doing Ironman all around. I want to do them everywhere. So that's going to be book number 3.
Fantastic. It's been so refreshing to talk to you, Andy. I have to say, you and I had a little bit time pre-recording this interview, but it's been fantastic speaking to you, and I'll certainly finish the rest of your book. I think I've got about another 30,000 words to go. I haven't got to the tie-eye section yet, so that's going to be good. And listen, I wish you absolutely all the best. You and I's going to obviously be in contact because we're working a bit together on the promotion and marketing. And I can't wait until we meet again. But absolutely, hats off to you for being so honest with this book. And as I say, I wish you all the best. Just in closing, we haven't got long left. Is there anything you could say to somebody that's looked at this interview and hasn't quite made their mind up whether they wanted to buy your book or not? What would you say to them to make them buy you?
It's just very honest. You don't get the honesty I put in this book. The thing is, I've got nothing to lose. I've lost everything. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to write it all down. I've got nothing to lose. If they read it, I know they're going to like it 100% because there's no holding back in it. A lot of it's to do with offshore. You don't have to be somebody that's worked offshore to read this book because it's a very honest book. So there's a lot in there, even about my boxing career, about boxing Daniel Kinahan, the Irish Mafia. I mean, that story alone there is amazing.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Well, Andy Morrisey has written a book, All at Sea, Living the Fake Dream. It's currently riding high in the Amazon charts. It's selling very, very well. Jump into Amazon. It will be in all the book catalogs very, very shortly, but it takes a little bit time to drip feed into those different places. But it's available on Amazon, paperback and Kindle, and I promise you it's a great, great read. Adios, Andy.
Thank you very much.